Hello everyone, this is Flammy and welcome back to Season 4, Episode 12. So let's see, what is going on today? So I've started a couple things since our last video. At the end of the last video, I didn't do it on camera, but I started this army camp going up to level 4. But then that completed, so I started working level 5 because I had the elixir. And I also started and then completed this archer tower. So it's been about 36 hours. Maybe 24 hours, a bit more, something like that, since that last video. So yeah, stuff is moving forward. Giants are going. This wizard tower is still under construction. What are we going to do in the near future? Well, okay, not necessarily near future, but well, okay, short term, I can either do this cannon right away for 100,000. It's a short one, 12 hours. Mentioned that in the last video. Alternatively, we could get just a teeny bit more gold and do this guy for 3 days. It's a bigger one. Beyond that, what do I want to do in the long term? Well, there's a lot more options here. Basically, every single one of our defenses needs another level upgraded to it, and that's going to take a while. So these archer towers, I think I can upgrade at least once more 7. Yeah, I'm going to upgrade them to 8. But look at that, that's expensive. It's 720,000. Yeah, it's going to be expensive and slow, so lots of raiding going to take to get all that up. Let me queue up my army, and then we can talk more about that. So what's really the point of, like, upgrading everything? I mean, I could, like, it's pretty easy. I could upgrade my town hall. 2 million relatively is nothing compared to, like, doing, what is it, like 5 archer towers at 720,000 each, 6 cannons at something like that as well. I mean, I've got this one cannon at level 8, and it can't go up to 9 yet, but all these other ones are level 7 and take 400,000 to go up. This wizard tower is level 4. Can it go up? No, okay, it can't. That's good. This mortar I know can't. Level 5 is maximum, but these two both can. Both of them are 800,000 on their own. Both the air defenses can go up, and I'm going to want to do each of these to 4. Both slow and expensive. Another 1 million right there. Basically, that's a whole lot of gold projects that I've got sort of in the works that I'm going to need a whole lot of gold for. And by comparison, getting 2 million would be pretty much a cakewalk. So, to get back to the original point is, why don't I just go for the town hall right away? Actually, I'll show you what it gives. So, it gives an extra elixir storage, which we don't need. Obviously, I haven't even started upgrading my second one, and an extra gold storage. It does give extra defenses, so that's always important. An extra archer tower, an extra wizard tower, more Teslas. Oh, by the way, we have to build Teslas still for this town hall. It also gives the Dark Elixir Drill and some more traps. Spring traps especially are very useful. So you might think, like, why not do that? That sounds great. I mean, who doesn't love, like, more defenses? Well, the thing is, this is sort of my philosophy and outlook on this sort of stuff. Actually, I'm going to go to 5 giants in each of these barracks. My philosophy is, why should I bother upgrading if when I get there, I can build more buildings? Sure. But the buildings I already have are going to be under-leveled. And a lot of people do this. So I always recommend going slower. It's slower, so you don't feel like you're making as much progress. But you will be much better defended both at your current level and at your new level when you get there. This base, for example, it's my level. They've only got a level 1 or 2 wizard. I'm not sure which, but it could be level 3. The mortars both could be higher level or 2. The other wizard tower is definitely level 1, so I guess that's a level 2 wizard. The archer towers, they could be higher. They could be 2 higher, so maybe he just got here. I mean, this is sort of making the point. I'm not going to attack this base, not enough resources, but I'll talk about it while we just look at it. This is a sort of example of what I'm just talking about. I mean, I could, like, this guy is just, like, rushing through the levels, and this isn't even a particularly bad case, but it just means when he's now at level 7, Town Hall 7, he's got the defenses of, like, a low 6. It just, more defenses don't help. And you can especially see that because he's just got random ones outside the walls. He doesn't really have a good layout to incorporate them either. So that's sort of the point I'm making, which is why I go slow. So maybe you think I'm not making enough progress, or maybe you think I'm nearly ready to go on to the next Town Hall level, and while I could do it right away, it's more I don't want to do it, because I don't want to be at a disadvantage when I get to that new level. So, as I mentioned at the beginning, we are looking primarily for gold today, and how much? I don't really know. I feel like I should be able to find some pretty good matches. I'm on at both an early hour of the morning, which means relatively low competition, as well as my trophy count seems like it should be pretty good. Although we'll see how that turns out. We'll see how that turns out indeed. In the last couple of videos, I've been attacking a couple 100,000-ish people, and I've been pretty happy with that. I mean, I would like to get a little bit more, but if that's all we can find, that's alright. Wish this guy had his town hall upgraded already, because then we would be able to steal a lot more from him. It would probably double to 70,000 up to 140,000, given the resource penalty. But unfortunately, it's not so. Well, there's a nice count right there. What bait level town hall is this? Where is the town hall? Is the question. There it is. Okay, 7 working on 8. How is this guy's base looking? Well, it looks alright. So he started his upgrade. He could be a lot higher. Wizard towers could be higher. Archer towers could be 1 higher. Mortars could be, well, 2 of them could be higher. Cannons, all of them could be 1 higher. Air defenses, yeah, higher. He does have his Teslas on the left and the right in those little holes. Now the question, though, is can we actually take this guy on, though? I'm thinking the question might be yes. I definitely can't 3-star this. Well, I'm pretty sure I can't. But you know what? I'm going to try to take this on as much as possible. But I'm going to stop wasting time and just go at it. So the first goal is to take out the air defense on the top here. So I'm deploying all my giants for that effect. Put in some wall breakers to help them out and get through. Hopefully they don't get splashed up. Perfect and perfect. Didn't actually need the second one, but I was worried about the mortar hitting. Okay, then I'm going to drop the healers right now as the air defense drops. And then hopefully all the giants stay together. Perfect, they're all on one side, so that's good. Okay, so I'm going to basically want to attack into the top here with my infantry. And I'm especially going to rely on archers to start working on stuff. And my goal is to use the archers to take out the gold storages, which are very full in the center. He's got very low-level mines and collectors, especially the collectors. So there's not going to be many resources in those. But so the goal is all going to be to get into that center part. Why don't I think I can 3-star this guy? Well, his air defense down here is fairly protected. I could pick it off, but his defense is also, he's got a decent number of them. They're pretty high level. Teslas, oh, and not even level 1. That's sort of impressive. Those are expensive upgrades. I would not have chosen to upgrade those right away, but to each his own. Okay, I'm going to put down the last of my archers on this side. Well, I'm going to save a couple and put them straight down the center where the giants are. And then I'm going to put my clan castle guys down up here as well, so they come down the center to work on the storages. And then I'm going to do the goblins as well. Perfect, they're going towards the center. I'm not sure how many giants are left alive. I probably should check that. None. Sort of to be expected. Damn screen. Okay, I'm going to drop some distraction guys out here. These should hopefully soak up mortar fire. There's only 1 mortar on the left, but you know what? We want to try to distract them for as long as possible. How's it working? Working great. Mortar clearly is doing a lot of damage, but you know what? To be expected. But look at his gold. He just went from 200,000 down to 40. I'm very happy with this attack. I think he only had 1 elixir. Is that right? Yeah, I think he had sort of my strategy, so good design there, so it's much more efficient of a base. Yeah, his second elixir storage is on the bottom right down here, you can see it. Rather low level one. That's pretty much exactly what I expected to happen. I hope to take out as many mortars as possible, and then while I still had... I probably should have deployed my archers a little bit earlier while the mortar was distracted. I'm not sure exactly how the giants were acting, though. That's pretty much how I expected my giants to die, was to work down one side and into the center. You could tell that from the amount of walls on the left and right, especially on the right, that they were not going to break into like the Tesla, for example. And then I didn't even have to worry about the air defense because my healer wasn't even going to get that far. And it ended up dying to other stuff. So yeah, 209,000 gold is certainly nothing to be sad about. That's a good raid right there. Yeah, let's take this mount and head on home and see what we can do with it. And that does actually open up some new possibilities. I didn't really expect to get quite that much in one raid, but you know what? I'm not going to complain when it drops into my lap. Definitely not going to complain at all. So we're going to have to replace a lot of our army as well as the clan castle guys, so we can go ahead and do that now. And I've got the giants all queued up, so I'll go queue up other things, and then I will cut back in just a second, and we will probably look at attack and then go on the attack again if we've got time at the end of the video. Okay guys, see you in a second. Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm loading up a friend's base. This guy is in my clan. This is a little far. He is one of my elders, actually. Well, not one of my elders, not my clan. I do help sort of manage the whole system, though. So he did do a modified version of my base. And I just wanted to talk about a couple things. First off, this guy, he actually is the same town hall level as us. So you can see what it looks like if you upgrade our defenses, what our stuff might look like. So he's got some of his cannons up. Actually, all except two. No, wait, maybe even all of them. I can't see this one on the right. Yep, that one's up as well. So all of his cannons are maxed out. Those 4 archer towers, those are all maxed out as well. He's got one of his mortars maxed for the level, and this one isn't, and this one is working on it. The 2 air defenses are maxed. So this is sort of what we're going for as well. He's also got his Teslas built, obviously, and upgrading even. So this is a lot like what our base is going to look like in terms of defensive level upgrades. Also, another thing I wanted to talk about here was this is a great layout if you've got 2 storages. I get that question for how I would modify my base. So yes, here's the answer. This is a great one. Just do a sort of X pattern like this, and you can put the clan castle in the middle as well. This isn't a bad idea just because the clan castle radius, this works out very perfectly, as well as you're probably going to be upgrading at least 1 mortar at any given time, or one of the other air defenses or something that's in the middle. Wizard towers, I would probably position them, it's hard, I'd probably position them in the middles of the sides, maybe where those cannons are, just because they're shorter range. Yeah, just sort of how their range works out, I think that would be a little bit better. But yes, this is sort of the direction we're going in. As you can see, also, its walls are very well upgraded as well. This purple gem right here, level 7, is actually the maximum for our town hall level, so we will be working our way there. Okay, so we're training up an army. Let's see if we've got a recent attack or 2 to look at. Oh yeah, I should mention, I did spend like a couple 100,000 gold after the end of the last video on walls. I did get my first level 7 wall. So I can say I have at least F1, but everything else is level 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I do believe I actually have all of the levels in here currently. If not, I've got most of them. 1 right here, 2 right here, 3 right here, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sweet, that's cool. I do have them all. Okay, like I said, yeah, defenses now. Let's go see how people have been trying to ruin our base. Okay, top 2 attacks, both of them just taking out the town hall. Thank you very much for the shield, is all I say. You can take those trophies, you can take those 1,000 of each resources, and run on home. This Lulu attack actually is sort of interesting, only in the fact that they didn't actually steal 1,000 gold. What does that mean? That means I only had that 965 gold that they stole. That was all the gold I owned in the world. And it was in my town hall. That was right after I had just spent all of my gold that I had available upgrading walls. So just about 1,000 left was it. Okay, moving on down here. We looked at some of these down here before, but I don't think we looked at this top one, this big one in the middle here, sort of. Got 91,000 gold and 85,000 elixir, and 2 stardust. So I'd expect this did some pretty good damage to our storages at least, or maybe they just took out all of the collectors if they were very full. I'm not really sure exactly what the situation was. It was about a day and a half ago. Can't really place that. I guess that was before I recorded those last 2 episodes, the previous 2 episodes, but let's load it up and see how it went. Okay, the storages are exceedingly full. I would expect this means he only manages to take out, or not the storages, the collectors and mines are exceedingly full, so I expect it means he just takes them out rather than anything else. All the giants, all the goblins. Bad plan to deploy the goblins right next to them. As you saw, the first bunch got splashed up pretty heavily. They're going to go on through. You can see they're getting a ton of gold as they come through. All the units are grouped up. Not really a fan of that. It means... Sorry about the lag. Guess there's so many units on the screen. My poor 3GS can't handle it. Yeah, the grouped up units mean the splash damage mortars are going to be particularly effective, especially once those giants start dying. Oh, nice spring trap. Mortars just took a big hit on the goblins on the top, or maybe that was Wizard Tower, probably Wizard Tower actually. So they stopped working their way around their sort of path of doom collecting resources. But let's watch this infantry. It's going to be very grouped up. This mortar on the bottom is going to fire. Oh, that should be good. Yep, that's pretty good. Could have been a bit better. Some of them moved to the last second. As you can see, that was a big hit right down there. With the last couple giants dying, this is going to be bad for the last infantry. As you see, he didn't really get into the center. He killed one gold storage, it looks like. Imagine if the archers hadn't moved, they wouldn't even have done that, though. So, I mean, he got a solid amount of resources, like 90,000-ish of each, which isn't bad at all. But at the same time, it could have been a lot better if he had actually managed to get into the center. I think that he had a poor estimation of how good his giants would do. I think he probably thought they would do more. That sort of brings me back to something I sort of wanted to talk about before, which I didn't get the chance, which was going back to my first attack. Something that I did really well in that attack was, at the beginning, I sort of was rushed by time, so I didn't really talk about it in the full extent that I wanted to, but I really well predicted how far my giants would go before they died. I mean, even with a healer, they're not invulnerable, and being able to know what you can take on, and this isn't just for, like, healer giants, just being able to accurately predict the sort of base you can take on by just looking at the level of defenses and how many walls your units will have to go through, as well as, like, the pathfinding and stuff. Being able to predict that sort of stuff is super important. If you can't accurately predict how you're going to do against a base, you can't make good decisions on what bases you're going to attack. You'll either find yourself deploying too many guys for a weak base, which is not cost effective, or you'll find yourself deploying all your guys against a strong base and then they all die without achieving the goals that you wanted to achieve. So this lets you make decisions like the one I did in the last base. I made the decision, I'm not going to be able to 3-star this, but I'm alright with that, because I believe I can get enough resources to make it worth it. I wasn't sure if I would kill both storages, kill one storage, damage one storage, damage both. I'm not sure in the fine details how it's going to work out, but I was able to pretty accurately predict that I'd be able to get into the center, take out at least some mortars, which would allow me to get infantry in there without it getting too splashed up. It's basically the short version of all of it. Okay, so my replacement army is nearly complete. We just have a couple more guys. Actually, wait, why are they so uneven? Looks like I didn't queue up enough guys for to take up the healer spot, so I'm going to queue a bit more. Also, it looks like I've got too many barbarians, which is interesting. So let's fix that, and then we can get attacking as soon as it's complete. So I'll probably just do another short break again. So you guys don't have to sit through me watching stuff complete, which obviously is not the most interesting. Okay, so that should fill out our army camps. So I will be back in just a minute when it finishes up. See you guys soon. Okay guys, welcome back. Army is complete, and as you can see, our next healer is working on completing as well, which will help us attack again. Not in this video, because we're already pushing pretty long, but in another one afterwards. So, I like that base we just found. It was a harder one, but I liked how I handled it, and worked out pretty well for us, obviously. Let's see if we can do another one. You know, I probably should go back and check how much gold I'm trying to get to. Do I really want to? Yeah, I'll do it. So we're at 544. There's different things we can try to do. Well, it doesn't really matter what we do first. Well, it does, but we just hit 540, so we could do this air defense. That's one. If we could get up to 800,000 in another couple attacks, I mean, that's sort of unlikely, but if we did find a 250,000 match, or 200 even, and then I could steal the last little bit, we could do a mortar. Good to keep in mind what the actual goal is at all times. Wizard Tower, I mean, I'm not going to be able to get this much, and I probably wouldn't want to do it while this other one was still under construction. You've seen in the previous attack that was a defense on my base, how critical the Wizard Tower is to anti-goblin defenses. It's important. It is very important. So yeah, I guess that's the sort of question. Either we go really big or not. I mean, we got so many options right now, it makes it easy. But if it's a question of like you're either going to do your cannon or your archer tower, then it's very obvious. It's like I need to either steal 80,000 gold, or if I can't steal 80,000 gold, then nothing's effective. Okay, so that's interesting. High level, possibly a town hall 8 or 7. If it's a 7, it's a well done one. Where are you? Okay, it is an 8. Can we do the same thing as last time? I'm not sure. Very interesting is the fact that there's holes near the American flag down there. I think there must be 3 Teslas there. You know, I'm going to try to deploy there. I don't think it's going to work, but you know what? Let's try it anyways. Yep, so there's 3 Teslas in here. They block you from spawning, even though it appears that you can. I don't think I'm going to be able to get into this base just because of the air defenses. Because both of them are towards the center, I'm a lot less confident. Although, the thing is their splash damage is really pretty crappy. I'm burning time here. Hard decision. Yeah, I'm not going to go with this one. It's a sort of a thing is, I think either it would work okay, or it wouldn't work at all. And the odds between those two are not great. So I'll just skip it and go on for another one, which I think will have a better return. It's like, if you think you could like take on that base 10% of the time, is it really worth it? And no, I don't think it is, for the amount of I have to invest. And mostly it's not really invest as much as my time I have to invest. Okay, that's a really good count. I expect I'll take on this one. Poorly leveled defenses, very poor. Do you even have an air defense? I certainly don't see it if you do. Oh, there it is on the top center. That's good, I spotted that. Yes, this shall be our next target. I sort of would expect they don't have a Tesla hidden in that spot, and that actually is a spawn hole. But we shall find out. I will try to deploy guys there in a minute. I'm not going to deploy my Giants there, because I actually want them to go for the air defense first. That's actually going to be sort of hard with so many random crappy buildings outside. Okay, yeah, because there's so many buildings outside the walls, I'm going to just distract defenses and then deploy wall breakers to get into the air defense. And, oh, stupid. Oh, sweet, please make it in. Yes. Okay, clean castle guys, that's good to know. We're going to deploy guys out here. Draw them out. Interesting pathfinding. That one goblin, it went all over the place. Okay, then we're going to go in with the giants. Okay, the first ones I deployed a bit off, and they started going for the side. So, alright, they're going to take out the air defense, I'm going to drop my healer, and then they're going to go join their fellows and killing the things outside the walls. But that's fine, because I'll have my air defense, or my healer down right now. It will be healing everything. As long as the giants stay grouped up, which they are, I shall be A-okay. Let's deploy some archers to take out stuff up here. A bit of lag once again. Interesting sort of priorities with this guy's upgrading. Like his wizard towers are like both level 1 and his mortars are pretty crappy. But at the same time, his clean castle is upgraded. It's just sort of unusual. It's generally I would do clean castle later, and actually I do clean castle later. Just how it works. I would rather have something that's guaranteed to shoot back rather than something that relies on me to have to fill it. Okay, those units are working their way around. We're going to be a little short on time here because I had to play around with those shenanigans with the stuff before. I am considering building or deploying my clan castle guys to help kill stuff. Oh, there was a Tesla. Interesting. Very interesting. It's going to take out the healer. It's alright though. The wizard tower, the mortar's down. The wizard tower has gotten distracted on the giants, so I'm going to deploy all my goblins. They should go through the walls pretty quickly. Wizard tower's now down from the archers as well, so yeah, that's great. I sort of thought about deploying my clan castle guys, as I mentioned. We're going to miss out on some of the gold in the mines as is, but not much. Or maybe even these infantry will get around to getting it. It's hard to tell. Or the goblins. So I'm fine with that if we do miss out on that. The mines are not very high level. Interesting, this guy does have his elixir storage. I would definitely put that off until later as well. The thing about elixir storages is you're not going to be able to raid enough to get the 10,000. Just fact right there. Especially like right now, which is within a month after the release of the heroes. Maybe that will change 6 months down the line. But at current, I'm going to say don't bother building your elixir collector until late Town Hall 7. But okay, 148,000, not bad at all. So that brings us up to 700,000, nearly, that is. What should we do with that? Let's look at all of our options. So, I could go and try to steal 30,000 more and do one of these archer tower upgrades. I could... Sort of tempting right there. I could do a cheaper one and throw the rest into walls. That's sort of the easy way out. Or I could... I don't know. I'm sort of tempted to go for a little bit more. If we get a big raid, we could upgrade a mortar, which is great because that's expensive. We only... Well, it's not even that big of a raid. Honestly, it's only another 110,000. If we get a little raid, 30,000, we could do this archer tower up, which costs it takes 720,000. It's only 30,000 away, and I'm really liking that. It's always harder to start a big construction, so I think I'm going to save this gold and just do another episode right after this, where I get some more gold and try to get enough to start one of those big constructions. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode, guys. I'm going to leave you with a base to review, as always. So let's go load up a base. Let's go to this guy who attacked us. We can check out his base. This guy who did the decent attack against us. This is a longer video, guys. Let me know what you think. I know some of you like longer videos, but I know there's some people who have conflicting opinions. Okay, this is a very interesting base. Yes, very interesting. I'm glad I chose this, actually. Okay, how would you guys attack this base? What army would you use? What would your goal be? Are you going to go for trophies? Are you going to try to break into the center and get all those juicy resources? How are you going to deal with the clan council guys with their stuff in the middle? Are you going to use the lightning spell, or are you going to try to draw them out and kill them? It's going to waste time, but you could do it. Beyond that, it looks like it'd be pretty easy to 1-star if you're a lower level attacking this base with all those defenses really centralized and all those outside buildings really not centralized. You would be able to pick off 50% pretty easily, it looks like. Anyways, guys, here's a Town Hall 8 for you. What do you guys think about this, and how do you take him on and ruin his day? That's it, guys, for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, have a great day.